Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Rani Rohra, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulae for many. And this is what we aim to achieve with these sessions that are a gathering of leaders and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such leader on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Dr. Roopali Srivastava. With a 21 years of work experience backed up by strong academic pursuance, she has tipped the scales of project management and business process engineering in the telecommunications and IT sectors. Along with her several certificates in project management, business strategy, etc., she also excels in the field of microelectronics so much that she has a doctorate degree in the field, along with the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research Award honored by the Government of India. As an avid researcher and prolific writer, she has also authored numerous books and journals. Currently employed as an executive director at Gralovis Insights Private Limited in Mumbai, she is giving her contributions to the firm in helping it achieve its project outcomes successfully and providing guidance to its overall strategic direction. A very warm welcome and good afternoon to you, Dr. Roopali.
Good afternoon, Professor Rani, and it's nice interacting with you. Looking forward for this session.
Thank you so much. So, Dr. Roopali Srivastava, could you explain your transition from microelectronics to project management, business strategy, etc., to our audience, please?
Yeah, definitely. The transition, I would say it was not a planned one, but it happened, and whatever has happened, happened for good. So when I was doing, I have done doctorate in microelectronics from IIT DHU. So that was a very closed environment where you fabricate various type of sensors. I was into thick film sensors and I was into thin film sensors. So, and how these sensors will interact with the open environment, I had no clue. But there was always a curiosity, if I expose this sensor to the open environment, how the people will react, how the data needs to be captured, what is the usage of these data, how can we use this data to reduce the cost of the product. So these were things were happening in my mind during my PhD time. And I was lucky enough that post PhD, I got an opportunity to work in Cooperate. So if there was an ad in the newspaper, one of the multinational company, a very renowned one, still it's the #1 company, was looking for a PhD who can work, who can manage their work projects, different kind of projects which are complex in nature. So I applied and I got selected. That was the transition from microelectronics, where I used to have hands-on experience in developing the product, and the transition to managing people. So that initially I thought managing people and managing work is going to be easy, but that was not the case, because it has all other challenges. It requires the perfect gel of technical knowledge and the people management. So I studied, I did lots of certification, which is related to project management, and somehow I could sail through. And later on, I decided now it's a small, narrow area. Like I was working within the boundaries of a project. So there was no interaction with the world which is outside project. So that time I decided, no, I have to do something from a business perspective. So I decided to see how a business strategy can contribute to organizational growth. That time the transition was there. It was not that tough, but it was challenging because I was moving from project to business. And business is a broader landscape. I had to study micro environment. I had to study, macro environment, competitor analysis. But having said that, this journey is being wonderful journey, and I would say because of my this nature of taking risk and willingness to learn, because I am a lifelong learner, I could sail through. So I would
Yeah.
say it was a wonderful experience, and if any other new opportunities that comes to my way and which requires one more transition, I would be happy to do that.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Very nicely said. And very inspiring this is.
Thank you.
Welcome. Moving ahead, Dr. Roopali, at any time during your career journey, have you got the opportunity to use your academic learnings from the field of microelectronics?
I would say maybe 40%, because I was into product development, but not in microelectronics field. Yeah. So I was a product could be of any kind. No, you can have a tangible product, you can have service also, you can have process also, you can have other things also. So I was into product development, and the journey, what happens, like you have a problem, then problem is discussed, then you define the solution, then you deliver the solution. That process is same, whether it's in microelectronics or whether it is in some other field. So I would say yes, but not in microelectronics, maybe telecommunication and information technologies area.
Okay. So how do you manage to continue your interest in science despite its discordance with your profession? I mean, you have written journals on many science domains along with case studies in project management, etc.
Yeah. Initially, when I did PhD that time, and I joined my corporate organization, that time it was not easy, but now it's very easy because you have access to everything on online platform. I can attend conferences from anywhere. I can become a speaker. I can participate in online discussions also. I can mentor students. I can coach students. I can give trainings on project management and business strategies. So it's not really tough. And in addition to that, I was also involved in attending various courses and certification. In order to build a strong foundation in project management, I had done PMP certification, which is a gold certification in project management domain. I have also done Agile, and I have for strategic management, I have done advanced strategic management certification from Virginia University. And in order to have tools, to work on tools, I have exposure to CRM Siebel, and I have also worked on ARIS platform. So when you combine both of these, so it was easy. It was an easy sailing. But yeah, lots of learning and lots of hard work goes there. Yeah.
My next question would be, can you conclude in 3 points your takeaway from all the 3 studies in project management, of all your case studies which you have done in project management?
Okay, project management is a very interesting field. I had done these case studies in collaboration with PMI India. And the purpose for, see, I was given a task to write the case studies of the real project, the projects that are already completed. And the purpose of the case study was to use these cases to teach the project management in government organizations. So the case studies are written for government of Gujarat and for government of Madhya Pradesh. So that was the purpose, and I had a wonderful learning, and I met lots of interesting people. People were open to discussion, and they told me everything, like because my task was to understand what is the goal, what was the goal objective, what was the challenges faced, what went right, what went wrong. So just to record everything, so if any other project manager or new person joins in, he has everything handy. So there is no question of reinventing the wheel. No, you can start from there. So if you ask me 3 takeaways, I would say communication is the most important thing. Because if you don't communicate, if all the stakeholders are not aware what you are doing, why you are doing, and what is expected from them, and what value they have to give to the organization and or to the project, then it's going to be very difficult. Just imagine a scenario, no, where people have no clue what they are doing, and if there is no teamwork, then the chaos, you can imagine the chaos you go through. So communication, collaboration is must. Second thing is no, there is lots of uncertainty in the environment. So whatever you plan for, maybe you have your goals and objective in front of you. It should be clearly defined in consultation with the client, with the stakeholders, and you should get a acceptance criteria from the client. Yeah, later on, it should not happen that there is a fight. So because of uncertainty, your project plan should be flexible enough to incorporate the changes. Yeah, and the project plan should be, you should spend most of your time in planning your project. Once your plan is robust, then execution is comes very handy. So there are various projects in the world where one of the project took 13 years of planning and only 3 years of execution, and it's successfully going on. Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
yes,
commendable.
yes, yes. So planning plays a very important role in this case, and you should be open to take feedback, whether it's constructive feedback, whether it's negative feedback. You should be open to take feedback. You should not close yourself. That no, if something is you don't know something, it's perfectly fine. You can talk, experience people, learn, and then you implement, and then you achieve. And no, case studies are very important also, because no, you not only learn from the successful projects, you also learn from the projects which are not successful. So both perspective you go through, and then you take your own decision.
What predictions do you have in terms of nanotechnology? How is it going to change the corporate landscape?
See, when we talk about nanotechnology, we are talking about very small, very light and effective products. So I relate it with the, just to minimize the emission of hazard toxic gases, because you can imagine factory. Now these factories, big factories manufacturing one product or maybe, two, three products are getting replaced by 3D printing. So I can have 3D printer at my home, and I can manufacture nut and bolts, and have my office or have my small factory, yeah, shop near the company, which I can which will reduce the transportation cost also, which will reduce any most of other costs also. So I would say that we should encourage nanotechnology related specific products, and control this emission which is happening in the environment, causing global warming. No, that's what we say. Carbon dioxide layer is, yeah,
Yes.
building up in the atmosphere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and continuing our discussion on science and technology, could you tell our viewers about your observations in terms of technological changes, and how do you envisage the world will change with the introduction of IoT, AI, ML, Web3, etc.?
See, technological changes were always there. Just see, when the first we had this printing press, 1440, that was a
Yeah.
technological change. Then AI artificial intelligence was first mentioned in 1957, and that time the infrastructure was not ready to implement AI. So people
Yes.
laughed at it, but now we are using it in our day-to-day life, and also the advent of internet. So technical changes are always there, but now the change what I see, initially it was only for the scientists or some elite group. Now everyone can access it, and since everyone can access it, everyone can enjoy the usage of those technologies. So it is making this topic more interesting. So people are, we are developing various apps and other things. Even with IoT, all the devices are being getting connected. You have lots of data with you, And these data, and for with the help of AI, instead of giving no card, your Aadhaar card, PAN card for access, now you have face recognition, voice recognition, and with Web 3.0, this internet is going to be very fast. So everything has pro and cons. So these are some of the pros, no, which is making our life very easy, and we are remotely managing all the instruments, no, all the appliances at home, and we are very happy about it. But the cons are also there. No, we are becoming lazy, and we can see kids today, they always have phone on their hand. So there is no, they don't go down to play. So that mental development, no, when you play, you talk to people, play badminton, kho, running, nothing is there. You stay at home and work on the phone only. That is one part. And other part is like, no, people are really scared that it may happen, they might lose the job, because lots of monotonous jobs are getting replaced with these technologies. And you have to ensure that your data is safe, because we hear no lots of stories about data breach and cyber securities. And in order to have this, maintain this huge data, you should have infrastructure also.
Yes.
So yes, the technology is helping us a lot, but like, no, we say it's a convenience over privacy. So which one we should take? So most of us are taking convenience instead of privacy, and now it's no longer in our control also. If we don't use that, then no, we may not survive in long run. We have to be, run along as the things goes.
So, Dr. Roopali, as a corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
See, I have my own mantra for corporate governance, which I say BTTRAC. Because corporate governance is not a single thing. No, it comprises of many aspects. So V is vision. So if I have a vision for myself, or a vision how I'm going to position my organization, so I remain focused. And yeah, vision is, we talk in terms of no long-term vision. So we need to divide it into phases, so that we can control it. That's where we talk about vision and mission. And once the vision and mission is clear to you, you need to communicate it to your organization stakeholders. Because in a simple language, because there is a gap that no people listen. Yeah, this is our vision statement, but they don't know how to interpret and how it is going to help them. So there should be a channel in between, which can know who the committee whom they approach if they have any queries. And one of my expertise gap analysis also. Yeah, so this is one of the way, to identify the gaps also. A process transformation, writing policies, all these are my expertise. And once these communications are done, then what you need to do, you have to focus on transparency. Communication is clear, transparency will come. And with transparency, what you get is a trust and no responsibility of the work. If you are taking a responsibility, you are also accountable of your work. Yeah, and indirectly it contributes to the culture also, culture of trust and no this thing. There is no judgment. And there is one saying also, like leadership and governance go hand in hand. If leadership is not there, leadership without governance is also challenge, is also problematic, because you risk no bureaucracy, indifferences, and governance without leadership also has its own problem. So that's where I come into picture. I bring that leadership qualities in me. Yeah, because no, I believe that no, having a decision making is also a very important aspect. So I give you an example. Suppose in an organization XYZ, yeah, organization is going very good, business wise, reputation wise, wise, but the retention rate is very low. So the immediate question comes, ki why? So there is some gap. Yeah. So there is some gap, or you can say, if you see it from product perspective, there is a problem and you need to find a solution to it. Yeah.
Right.
So you do the analysis. you do analysis, you talk to people, and you develop the solution. Maybe the solution is there is lots of level in the hierarchy, but you can't just go and implement this, no, just reduce the levels in the hierarchy. You can't do that. You need to have a proper approach to deal with it. Once the approach is freeze, how do you ensure that everyone in the organization follows it? You need to define the policy so that no, it becomes a part of corporate governance. Yeah, so I bring that kind of leadership in me. I'm expert. I have an expertise in process transformation, process analysis, writing no policies, and ensuring its implementation also.
So coming to our feedback question, as you know, we are building a community of FaceTime with leaders. It is aimed at cross-pollination of knowledge, something that will lead to a robust corporate governance in India and build a community of non-executive directors for its robust framework. So what are your thoughts on this?
I think it's a very good initiative. Building a community of non-executive director, giving them a platform to interact, to build network, discuss their points is something every country should have. Yeah, we all should have this, and it also gives an opportunity, to put in place a good governance, because when you interact with people, you exchange ideas. Yeah, and then accordingly you also make changes in your own ideas, which is betterment of your organization and indirectly to your country. And with that, no, people do get awareness of this thing, what is the profile for non-executive directors, and they can learn from the leaders, and then together, all of us together can work towards the betterment of ourselves and for our organization and for our country. So it is a very good initiative, and I wish you all the best. Please continue to do such good work.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roopali. That was a very motivating feedback for us. It was great conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Dr. Roopali Srivastava, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors.
And thank you for having me. It was wonderful, interacting with you also.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moreover, I trust that this initiative by Directors Institute unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds. Thank you and have a good day.